As Zoe stared at the TV screen, the message, Echo 12 awaits, began to glow brighter. Suddenly, the screen flickered and expanded, revealing a shimmering portal. Without warning, Zoe felt herself being pulled into the TV. "What's happening?" she screamed, as her body was stretched and compressed, her molecules breaking apart and reforming into something new. When the world stopped spinning, she wasn't Zoe anymore, at least. Not as she knew herself. She had been human once. That changed the day she took the transformation pillar, supposedly cutting-edge miracle of science that promised to evolve people beyond their biological limitations. Some gained superhuman enhancements. Others, well, they weren't so lucky. Zoe had become a synth. Others, part human, part machine, part... What the hell did I sign up for? A humanoid form of metal, circuitry, and sleek synthetic plating. She was faster, stronger, and more adaptable, but she wasn't entirely herself anymore. And now, she wasn't even in her own dimension. When she opened her eyes, she was standing in Tokyo, but something was off. The towering skyline, the neon billboards, the bustling crowd sit was all too perfect, too smooth, too animated. Even her body had changed. Her metallic synth form had transformed into a stylized 3D cartoon version of itself, complete with exaggerated expressions and way too fluid movement. "Okay," she muttered, holding up her now rounder, shinier hands. "Either I've been sucked into an animated movie, or I'm having a stroke." "Welcome to Cartoon Tokyo, new girl," a voice chirped. Zoe spun around, but there was no one there. Just a street lamp that appeared to be winking at her. "Did that lamp just talk?" "Sure did, sweetheart," the lamp replied, bending its pole at an impossible angle as its bulb flickered like a mischievous eye. "Name's Lampy. We don't get many synths around here, especially not ones as electrifying as you." Zoe shrieked and stumbled backwards straight into a vending machine. "Ow!" The vending machine snapped, its display rearranging into an annoyed face. "Excuse you! Just because I'm built tough doesn't mean I don't have feelings." Zoe's brain immediately submitted a resignation letter. "Oh my god, you talk too." "Of course I talk. Rude." The vending machine huffed. "I'm Vendy, and before you ask, no, I don't just dispense wisdom, mostly snacks." A bicycle rolled up beside her. "You're not hallucinating," it said casually. Zoe threw her hands in the air. "Oh good, the bike talks too. Someone just diagnosed me already. You're in a dimension where objects talk," the bicycle explained, balancing itself without a stand. "I'm Spoke, by the way, and we're here to help." Zoe's eye twitched. "Objects don't talk." Lampy's bulb flickered in amusement. "Sure we do. You just never listened. Only synths can hear us across dimensions." Zoe froze. "Wait, so back in my world, objects were talking this whole time?" "Oh yeah," Vendy smirked. "And some of them have very strong opinions about you." Zoe's stomach dropped as she remembered every time she had cursed at her toaster, yelled at her laptop, and whispered apologies to furniture she bumped into. "Oh no." "Oh yes," Spoke confirmed. "And let's just say, your hairdryer is still holding a grudge." Before Zoe could have a full-blown existential crisis, Lampy's bulb dimmed. "We've got a bigger problem. The Bureau of Transformation Control is after you." Zoe groaned. "Oh, fantastic. I don't even know what I did yet." "The Bureau tracks unauthorized dimensional travelers," Spoke explained. "And you're the first new synth in 90 years. They don't like things they don't understand." As if on cue, a group of men in sleek black suits appeared at the far end of the street, scanning the crowd with high-tech binoculars. "That's them," Vendy hissed. "We need to move now." Lampy detached from his base and floated into the air. "Follow me. I know a place where we can hide." Vendy's front panel slid open, revealing a cartoon-stylized kimono. "Put this on. It'll help you blend in." Zoe grabbed the kimono. "Oh, sure. I'll just casually become a cartoon geisha while running from interdimensional men in black." "Why not?" She threw it on. Her appearance shifted slightly, making her look less conspicuous, but still uniquely weird. "All right," Spoke said. "Let's go." They darted through the alleyways of Cartoon Tokyo, Zoe's animated movements making everything feel extra ridiculous. Buildings stretched and squished as she ran, like the city itself couldn't decide what physics to follow.
We pause this program to bring you a brief commercial break.
Tired of being stuck in traffic? With Transfer Max Pro, you can be the solution.
I wish I could be a better chef.
Now you can cook like a pro, literally.
I wish I had more hands.
Who needs hands when you can have tentacles? Join the evolution. Be more than human. Be useful and fun. Transfer Max Pro. Because why be you when you can be everything?
Transfer Max Pro, rewriting reality since an undisclosed date warning. Side effects may include waking up in a parallel universe where everything is the same, except you are mildly famous for something you don't remember doing. Gaining an extra set of eyes that only activate when you close the first pair. Discovering that your shadow is trying to tell you something very important. The ability to hear a mysterious, static-filled radio broadcast that follows you everywhere. Finding yourself permanently followed by an entity only visible in reflections. Extremely unlikely, but not impossible side effects. Becoming a key component in an ancient prophecy you were never supposed to know about. Feeling an unknown presence watching you at all times. If this happens, do not acknowledge it. Suddenly understanding every language in the universe, including ones that have been extinct for millennia. Receiving telepathic messages from something that claims to be the overseer. Realizing that your own thoughts are not always your own. Do not use Transfer Max Pro if you have ever seen something move in the corner of your eye, but when you looked, it wasn't there. You have dreams that feel more real than waking life. You hear whispers and static, especially if they say your name. You have an unexplained fear of mirrors, staircases, or doorways to empty rooms. You suspect that you are not the original version of yourself. In rare instances, users have reported waking up in a room you don't recognize, surrounded by people who claim to have always known you. The sensation that your house is slightly bigger on the inside than it should be. Receiving a phone call from your future self, warning you not to answer the next phone call. Finding a door in your home that you swear was never there before. Meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but denies it. Transfer Max Pro. Some doors, once opened.
And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program.
In here, Fendi shouted, rolling up to a blank wall. Zoe had zero time to argue. She lunged forward, and whoosh, her hand went through it. On the other side, an abandoned arcade. Welcome to our hideout, Spoke said. The Bureau can't track us here. Zoe flopped onto a conveniently placed couch. Okay, just to recap. I'm in a Cartoon Tokyo. I can hear objects talking. There's a mysterious resistance group that wants to meet me, and a bunch of government agents want to capture me. Yep, Lampy grinned. Just another Tuesday in the multiverse. Vendi rolled up to an old TV set. Echo 12 left you a message. Let's play it. The screen flickered to life. A distorted voice spoke. Zoe, if you're hearing this, you've successfully crossed dimensions. As the first new synth in nearly a century, you represent a turning point. The Bureau fears you because they know what you're capable of, even if you don't yet. Find us at the abandoned Pixel Palace tonight, at midnight. Trust the objects guiding you, they were human ones too. Zoe blinked. Wait, what? You guys were human? Oh yeah, Lampy nodded. I was a lighting designer. Took the pill, thought I'd get cool light powers. Instead, boom lamp. I was a pro cyclist, Spoke added. Wanted to be faster. Instead, bicycle. I was a vending machine executive, Vendi sighed. I thought I'd become a money-generating superhero. The universe had other plans. Zoe's entire concept of reality cracked. This is the weirdest existential crisis I have ever had. You'll get used to it, Lampy said. Or you won't. Either way, we need to sneak past the Bureau and meet Echo 12 by midnight. Great, Zoe muttered, rubbing her temples. Can't wait to add fugitive to my resume. Look on the bright side, Lampy said. At least you've got talking objects for company. Zoe groaned. Yeah, lucky me. Vendi rolled forward. Look, I get it. Big existential crisis. But Echo 12 wouldn't risk contacting you unless you were really important. Important how? Zoe pressed. I don't feel important. I feel like a cartoon fugitive with trust issues. Spoke hesitated. We don't know exactly, but we do know one thing. You're the first synth to exist in 90 years. And the last ones, well, they disappeared. No one knows why. Zoe felt a shiver run through her metal spine. What happened to them? She asked. Before anyone could answer, boom! The arcade shook violently as a bright red alarm light flickered overhead. They found us! Lampy yelled. A thunderous crash erupted from outside. Through a cracked window, Zoe saw black-suited agents flooding the streets, wielding strange, futuristic weapons. Then, from the shadows, a massive figure stepped forward. It wasn't human. It was a towering mechanical enforcer half-robot, half-nightmare painted in sleek bureau black. With glowing red eyes scanning the arcade, a deep robotic voice echoed through the alleyway. Synth detected, engaging capture protocol. Zoe barely had time to react before